Modest women get ignored versus the wilder women?
I think the answer to your question may lie in the definitions. A more boisterous outward personality, like that's going to get noticed faster. Like if I modestly walk through the room, that means I just walked from one door to the other, didn't make no noise. I wasn't focused on nobody. I just went where I was trying to go. A modest woman is the same thing. She not centering herself around a man. She's not centering herself around attracting a man. Now, the thing about that modest woman, what may feel like getting overlooked, you have to understand, a woman, a man is not looking for a modest woman until he ready to get out the game. Ooh. And a lot of dudes is just out here around. So it's like, if I'm just out here around, I'm not looking for a woman that's trying to get out the game because I'm enjoying the game. And right now, I'm not going to be one of them people who say this generation. I am going to say it's a lot of games being played right now, though. So a lot of people not looking for modesty on any side of it, because it's plenty of good women who just don't make noise. But right now, men are being coaxed into wanting more noise than anything else. So a lot of dudes is going after noise. Keep doing your modest thing, sweetheart, and be glad that the men that are overlooking you are overlooking you, because most of them will probably waste your time.
Can we be honest about
That's a fact, Jack.
No, you can't, Trev. Don't hurt the woman feeling. I know where you're going to go.
Hold on. Chanel said that's a fact. Is that you, Chanel?
That's a fact, Jack. Yep. Everything he said. Especially at the end.
She got a couple of them.
Factual about it.
Well, because it's true. You know, men don't want a modest woman until they're ready to settle down and they want to claim her and they don't want her to be around anyone else. So it starts off that they don't want that. So it was into a conversation we had one time on the podcast 2 weeks ago, talking about I don't know what we're talking about, but I was saying about after the relationship, you know, men, they want women to act like their wives even before they're even married, you know. So, and it's interesting because they don't look for a modest woman, but then when they decide they want to, and they want to defend themselves in a disagreement, then they throw that out there like she's not modest. So I don't think men know what they want at all until they get into a relationship, and they don't want no modest woman until they're ready to settle down.
Okay, what is a modest woman, Chanel, in your opinion?
A modest woman is someone, you know what, my mother, I would say that she's a modest woman. I've never seen her with a man since I was 7 years old when she left my dad. Never. I don't know. She's always been in the church. She's always worn clothes. She dressed like Kamala and, you know, Michelle Obama. That's a modest woman to me. My mom goes to church. She goes to work. She's the type of person, when she's at my house, if I have a boyfriend over here or if he stops by, she goes in the room and waits until the man leaves. You know, she's like that. So that's my mom. And that's what a modest woman is. Someone that, you know, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but it's like she has her own covenant, you know.
Can you please not disrespect your mom or Michelle Obama?
Yeah, I know you guys want to talk about my girl Kamala. David Ruffin.
Your mom no, please don't disrespect your mom or Michelle Obama. I'll leave it at that.
I was talking about the way they dress. Don't hate on Kamala the way she dressed, because she definitely dresses modest. You cannot say that Kamala does not dress modest. Kamala, Hillary Clinton, and Michelle Obama they dress very modest. That's what a first lady is.
Hold tight real quick. I'm going to get a man's definition of modest. Sweeney, I'm coming to you, brother. In your opinion, perspective, however you want to look at it, what is a modest woman?
Hell, shit. I would assume one that doesn't dress provocatively, isn't outwardly trying to seek the sexual male attention from other men, respectful of her body, how she presents herself. That's all I got right now. But I don't know. I would say that there really is no definitive data that says that modest women get overlooked. I've been scouring the internet just now trying to find like any data that suggests that otherwise. I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think they necessarily overlooked. I think they get picked. But when you see they're not loud, like the guy in the video said, modest people don't tend to be very loud. But what we see on the internet, you see a bunch of who gets the attention? Loud ass people who act like they ain't got no sense. People.
But the thing is, when men get a modest woman, they cheat on the modest woman with a woman that's not modest.
What proof do you have of that? Why do
You're
y'all
saying
keep,
that? Wait. Are you saying that's never happened? That doesn't happen?
No,
that a man doesn't cheat on his wife that's a modest woman with a woman that's not modest? Are you saying that doesn't happen? Because that's what I'm saying. It does happen. I didn't say it always happens.
That's not the motivating factor.
Why does that? But why does that have to be the narrative? Is that if you're a modest woman, you're going to get cheated on by a non-modest?
I never said that. I said that's what happens when a man gets with a modest woman. You said they get picked, and I was just confirming they do get picked, and they cheat on them with women that are not modest.
You do know that most people don't cheat, right?
Yeah, I know, but I do know that people do. So I'm not talking about the ones that don't. I'm talking about the ones that do.
So why would you give anybody advice based on something that most people do not do?
I don't give anybody advice.
Why would you base your argument surrounding around something that most people don't do? Why would that be your butt argument? Is that, well, yeah, I know that modest women get picked, but they get cheated on when we know that most people don't get cheated on because most people don't cheat.
The point I was making was the men don't know what they want, and men get modest women when they're ready to settle down. However, when they don't see when they see a woman that's not modest, they're still attracted to that. That's the point I was trying to make.
But you're making that based on the argument that, oh, well, these men cheat on modest women. That's not true.
I did not say that. I didn't say it in that context. Pay attention to the context because it wasn't in that context.
It was in that context.
That was how you received it. That's not in the context that I said. You know what I'm saying. You smart.
So
I'm not explaining it again.
So if I say modest women get picked all the time, then you say, yeah, but they get cheated on with non-modest women all the time. What other context do I
didn't say anything all the time. You're the only one that said all the time. I said yes, and then men end up cheating on modest women with women that are not modest. That's the point I was making. That's the only point I was making.
Why did you need to make that point?
Because that's the point I wanted to make at that time. Why are you questioning that? Why do you have a problem with that point I'm making at that point, at that moment? Why do you have a problem with it?
Let's make sure the conversation we get other people.
Because I was making a comment and I was making my comment and you jumped in and made sure you had.
I did because before you made your comment, I was talking and you jumped in.
No, I didn't. JR asked me a question. I didn't jump in. JR asked me a question.
Let me tell you.
The point is, I was making a point. And that's the point I was making. You don't need to go beyond that because that's not what I said.
Fair enough, but
just stick to what I said. Okay, stick to the context.
Just doubling down and saying I said what I said is not a great argument. I'm asking you why.
I didn't say it. I'm not trying to argue with you. I don't argue with stupid either. I'm not saying you're stupid. I don't argue with stupid, so I don't last that long. But what I'm saying is, I said what I said means that's what I said. You want to keep questioning me. What else do you want?
Why did you say what you said if that wasn't the point you
made? Because that's what I wanted to say. Why did you say what you said?
Let me interrupt.
Why did you say what you said?
Off your argument, would she be justified?
So look, listen. So
why did you say what you said?
So it's safe to assume that you only brought it up to shout down the fact that I said that modest women get picked all the time, and you used that as a yeah, but. So as I was continuing on with my conversation, because the only reason why I asked because you jumped in.
You stopped saying what you were saying because you wanted to engage in what I was saying. You could have kept going when I made my comment.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cut you
I just asked you to defend your position.
You bothered by it. That's you stopped conversating.
I'm bothered by it.
He got cooked.
You are, and you still going. Can we move on?
Well,
Swerve. Let's move on.
Yeah, can we please move on?
Swerve. Let's go.
Because I was talking at first.
Okay, so continue talking. So move past this.
Fair enough.
Okay, Sweeney.
As I said before, modest women get picked all the time, so they're not overlooked. Regardless of what Chanel may or may not say about them cheating, most people don't cheat. So that's
Sweet. Do she deserve to go to jail for that attitude?
Yeah.
Talking to the judge would have sent her to. She would have got her ass thrown in jail. Bang the gavel on her ass.
Got his ass cooked.
That's the reason why Chanel wanted to defend that girl so bad, because that's what Chanel do. She jump
again.
Hilarious.
Again. Let somebody tell me to change my clothes. I'm not doing it. So what's gonna happen then? Yeah. It could have escalated and got a lot further, because if she refused to take off her clothes with their uniform, then what? They're gonna make her do it? That's when it gets way too far. So you have to be very careful how far you go with a young teenage girl.
Let me ask you a question. Were you modest and you got cheated on with a it was a non-modest woman?
I've never been cheated on, to be honest with you. I've never had those experiences. And that's just the honest truth.
So you've never had,
and I'm not saying that I haven't been cheated on. I just haven't had those experiences where I had to deal with something like that.
So wait, so you haven't been cheated on, but you have been cheated on, but you never had those experiences.
I said, I'm not saying that I have never been cheated on. I don't know that. What I do know is I've never been cheated on.
So you never been
in my life. I've never had to deal with cheating. I never had to confront my man about anything. No one's never had to tell me anything. None of that. So what point are you trying to make on this?
So you've never been cheated on. Have you been? You've been married, right?
No.
You said you've never been married.
Yeah.
You've been married.
No, I have been married.
Just peel back and just try to make your original point.
So you have been married.
Yeah, Jesus.
You've never been cheated on.
That's what she just said.
No, you've never been cheated on.
I don't know what else you want me to say. Are you not understanding? Should I say it in a different Ebonics way? Should I say it in Swahili?
I'm just making sure that we are clear. I'm just making sure that we are clear.
Should I say it in Hebrew? I don't know.
So you've never been cheated on. You were married, and your very first argument that you made was, "Yeah, but them hoes get cheated on all the time."
No, I didn't say that. And why are you calling people hoes? Why are you calling modest girls hoes?
I mean, but what she said isn't a lie. I mean, people get cheated on. What's going
on, Lord?
Never mind. Go ahead, JR. You can move on, bro.
Got his ass cooked.
Let me say this, Sweeney. Let me ask you this, Sweeney, because I think I try to see where you're going with it. Do you think the reason why women would say, "Oh, well," modest would just interrupt and say, "Well, modest women get cheated on by the dude for the girl that's not so modest"? Do you think that's a way to shield the insecurity that, they dress like 304s or something, or they're the complete opposite of modest? So making that statement kind of protects their guilt of not being modest.
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Say like, okay, even if I did dress modest, I would get cheated on. So
what's the point?
To dress like a 304 because modest women get cheated on.
Yeah, it's basically
the direction she was going.
Yeah, it's basically saying, what's the point of being modest? What's the point of being what these niggas want if you're gonna get cheated on anyway? That's really the argument that she was making.
No, because she said,
especially
at the end,
I said what I said. I don't know,
keep doing you, and by you continuing on your path, you are eliminating all of these men that are not ready. So that's what she
just said. A whole lot of nothing.
She agrees with that. So that's
testifying for her.
That was hot. That was all hot. That was all hot.
What is you just?
Don't do that. Don't do
that.
That
was all hot.
Sugar talk.
That was all hot air.
No, what you saying is hot air because you don't want to listen to understand. You trying to argue.
Yeah.
What's that to understand? What's that to understand?
Got his ass cooked. He got cooked.
You're somebody, Sweeney. You're definitely someone. Sweeney, you're somebody that is not teachable. That's a concern. You're somebody that's not teachable. You don't know how to understand other people, and you don't understand how to receive things. You really think that everything is going to go your way, and you really you're short limiting yourself, simple minded, by not looking at other people's perspectives. I said what I said.
When I asked clarifying questions, and I said, "Well, why would you say something like that?" And you said, "I said what I said." What's there to understand in that statement?
What's the point of asking why did I say that?
Because obviously you said it for a reason. I just wanted to know why.
I did. So and listen to what I'm saying to you. Try to listen to what I'm saying and comprehend it.
I tried, and you said I said what I said. That's not
so. And that's why I said, should I say it in Swahili? Should I say it in Hebrew?
This motherfucker.
You trying to go in a rabbit hole, and I'm holding on the side. Like you keep going too far. So let's stop right here and get to the point.
Right, that is the problem. I went too far.
You do. Like, you love jumping in
on the
rabbit
shallow
holes
statement.
and don't know how to come out.
You're absolutely right. I try to dig too deep on the shallow ass point.
Yeah, with your simple minds.
Damn. She enticing you, bro. She wants you to come with it. She added simple minded, like come back.
I
Come
threw a
back
shot
for
first. No, I threw a shot first. I said it was a simple ass statement. She ain't entitled to
I don't
shots
miss any of them. I don't miss all the shots. I don't miss them.